Can you explain the traffic signals? Like, how do you come towards them, and like, how does that work?
Yeah, so uh, here's an example, and aren't the current signals. You can maybe flash those up there if you want, just so we can see. But yeah, there we go. So that's current signal for stock is fast and slow is both red. Bond is what red, yeah, yellow, green. All right. So um, what happens with the signals? First of all, if we're above if the 50-day moving average is above the 200-day moving average,
Hmm.
we're not paying that much attention to it. We keep them going because I think they're interesting. There's some value to them. We have a whole, I'll call it proprietary system on how we figure out what the signal should be. All right. And we have two different ones because we manage two different types of pools of money. So first of all, money that's in an IRA or 401k or 403b or 457 or any of those types of a Roth IRA, whatever it is,
Hmm.
you can make more transactions, especially if the transactions are, no commission. You can make more transactions and react quicker to those without any real issues because you don't have to put all those transactions down in your tax return. You don't have to, deal with any taxable nature of money that you made type of thing. And so, however, on the accounts that are outside of those, what we call the taxable account. So that could be an individual account, a joint account, a community property account, a transfer on death account, a trust account, right?
Yep.
Lots of registration names, but it basically just means that every time there's a dividend or interest paid or any transactions are made, all of those end up on your tax return,
Yeah.
right? And so you want that to be slower. You don't want to end up with a tax return that's multiple pages with all these changes.
Yeah. Even if a
And
stock's underperforming the
right,
market, you
right.
don't. If it's underperforming by only slightly a little bit, then you don't really want to take that tax burden on.
That's right. I mean, you might lose, 10 to 30% of your gain, and you're moving out, and you don't, and all of a sudden it's a false signal, and you're going back. So you want it to be more sustained downturn in that particular category, which we've seen like in the bond market, for example,
Hmm.
some sustained downturns. So anyway, that's where. So right now, it's red, red. If we were in a 200 moving average was above the 50, so the 50 had fallen through in that death cross, we would be in T-bills for most of our assets that we could outside of those big gain pieces that we have. We have people that have, $1 million gains in their S&P 500 ETF. We're not going to take $1 million gain for somebody, but and so that's I think that's where we are, but we're not there right now. So what we're seeing is a move more towards consumer staples, Europe, international investing, those type of things. T-bills are starting to move up on the stock signal list. On our bond signals, we are currently kind of in a mixture. We're still in T-bills for most of our slow moving pieces, and our fast moving pieces are more invested in some of the longer term treasuries as far as that goes. So anyway, that's what the traffic signals mean. They mean something to us more so when we've had that death cross,
Hmm.
but still interesting. They are somewhat predictive as far as that goes, and so we'll see how this goes.